This is a perfectly tuned guitar. I'm just kidding, cut that out. But if you heard something wrong, that means this method is gonna work well for you. And obviously I'm fully aware that there are apps and tuners for you to do this, but there is nothing like getting to know your instrument and knowing how to do this by yourself so that in certain situations, you know what to do. Maybe you're about to go to stage and you find that your guitar has been untuned for some reason. Maybe the knob turned by mistake. It can happen when you place it on something, the knob can turn slightly, or maybe someone fiddled with it by mistake. They fiddled with it by mistake without meaning to. They're just holding the guitar, giving it to you, and again, something turned. So there can be so many things that happen. Then what do? You come to this tutorial and hear what I have to say. So I have untuned my guitar, as you know, and that is so that I can properly teach this tutorial. And the first thing that I want to talk about is my favorite method, and that is to get a reference pitch and then to imitate that and try and get that same sound on the string. So let's see, I've downloaded this file from YouTube. It's just a track of someone playing a standard tuning notes one after the other. So they're starting from the top string, and let's see what the first note is. If you're a singer, it's really it's really helpful to hum the note so that you know how much difference there is. Right now this is at ba, and I have to reach da, so you know that that's the gap and that's how much I have to cover while tuning. So when you more or less got there, play along with the reference note, that's what I do, and see if the frequencies are completely in sync. Okay, this is not like very 100% precise. I'm gonna move on to the next method, and by the end I'll have a perfectly tuned guitar. The next thing, especially with the thickest string, which is the lowest string, which also has the lowest frequencies, is to, instead of playing open, you play the 12th note. Because it's a higher frequency, it's the same note. Because it's a higher note, you might be able to tell the note better because it's more sharp and it's more in your ear. And we're going to move on to the next method, which is a very, very, very good method, which is what my father taught me. It's called the 555-455 method. I don't know if it's said like that, but I'll put it on the screen. So if you use this method, you can tune your guitar even without a reference pitch. That's right, without a single help from the outside world. You can tune your guitar and it will sound tuned, but it may not be on standard tuning. So ideally, get the first string with a reference pitch and then use this method. That would be good. So this is very helpful when, say, supposing you're in a band and you want to tune, but you don't want to ask a person to play all the notes for you to reference to, so you just ask them to play one note, and from that one note you can play all the other notes. So what I do when I'm on the worship team, I ask the keyboardist to give me E, this note, and then from there, using the 555-455 method, I'm able to tune the other strings, and this is how I do it. So once E is more or less done, I will place my finger on the 5th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, play it, and this will be what my 5th string should sound like. Okay, you've got to bear with me because tuning a guitar can get really annoying and monotonous, but it is all so that you can play a lovely melody at the end. Alright, so once D, which is my 4th string, once that is done, I'll again put my finger on the 5th fret of D, and that's what my 3rd string is supposed to sound like. And once my 3rd string is done, this time I'll put my finger on the 4th fret. Sad, otherwise the whole thing would have been 5. But this one string has to be 4. And that's how my 2nd string is supposed to sound like. And I will leave the other two just so that I can have some more tuning to do later. But once you're done with that, again your finger will come on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and that's how you will tune your last string. I mean your first string. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. Another way you can tune your guitar is, supposing someone's playing E, play E on all the strings, because all the strings in some way or the other have the note E. Someone is playing E, just imagine this is what they're playing. You can also play the 7th fret of the 5th string. This is E. Okay, it's matching. And then you play the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Matching. Also, octaves are a way you can check, and that's another thing I want to talk about. That is another method which you can combine for this method. So just see this shape, okay? This shape is skipping 1 fret here and skipping 1 string in the middle. That's how I remember it. But when you come to the 4th string, you'll have to skip 2 frets. But there's only 1 string separating in the middle. If you're placing your finger on the 5th fret of E and you leave 1 fret and you go to the alternate fret and you go to the 4th string, 7th fret, that is an octave. It's the same note that we're trying to play, but it's on different strings. So you can do an octave here and you can check an octave here. But when you try an octave from the 4th string, your shape will change. And this shape also applies to your octave from the 3rd string, which is terribly sounding right now. Sharp. This is the 1st string. Okay, I think it's there. Okay, those were all my methods, but I have some bonus tips for you. So if you want to write down where the E's are on all the strings, I will tell you now. On the 6th string, it's the 12th fret. On the 5th string, it's the 7th fret. On the 4th string, it's the 2nd fret. On the 3rd string, it's the 9th fret. And on the last string, it's just the open. Or you can use octaves to check, ideally to check. So the best methods are the 555-45 method and the just imitating reference pitch according to me. And another thing that I want to tell you is when you finish tuning like from the 6th string to the 1st string, I suggest you check again by tuning from the 1st string to the 6th string. I mean, go in that order, because when I do that, I see some flaws that I had made in the tuning, so I'm gonna check right now. So it's good to check twice or thrice. Check chords too. If something sounds off there, then maybe something is off with your tuning. And I'm gonna play a little something for you. Let's see, what shall I play? Oh, you know what? I put this song on my channel. It's called Victory Through Death. I doubt all of you have seen it. But I got this while tuning my guitar because I was checking the 6th string and the 1st string. And that's how I got this song, and so I'm going to play a little bit. Oh yeah. It's been a while since I played this. God is told the world you'll find my That's all for now. If you want to see the song, I'll put a link in the description. Another thing about the description box, when I'm doing covers or singing originals, 2 of you guys have asked me to put the chords in the description box. But I told you that it's easily available on the internet, unless it's an original, in which case I'll happily put the chords so that you can play along. But if you still want me to put the chords in the description box, if even one of you still would like me to put the chords in the description box so that you can follow with whatever I'm playing on this channel, then comment below saying yes for chords and I will do it. No big deal. And yeah, I hope that was helpful. If it was, please do let me know, because then I'll be happy. And if you like this video, then there's a physical like button just for that. So that's all for now. I'm Vian Damaris on How To Thursdays, signing off. I know it's a different hand, my other hand was occupied. Bye, see you on Serious Sunday.